Kia ora watu e hoa mana rā te mihi kia koutou katoa. Kia ora, kia ora. Tēnā rā koutou katoa. Kia ora. It's great to have you along here this afternoon as we continue with coverage of this year's Fox Memorial. It's a pleasure to be here at Moyle Park, the home of the Manukau Magpies today, for a clash between the Magpies and the Bay Roskill Vikings. Good day, husband tēnā. It's been quite a few years since I've called Fox, and so it's a great privilege and an honour to be here beside Wade Brunsden today to call the action. Our whānau have quite a connection to both clubs, and just really pleased that Auckland Rugby League have been able to showcase this great club competition by live streaming. And of course, while there are many here at the park enjoying this beautiful autumn afternoon in Tamaki Makaurau, the reality is a lot of the imagery is going around the globe as a result of the internet and whānau connections to the other side of the world. Great privilege to welcome into Mr. Rugby League Wade Brunsden, who's been following the game so closely. This is the lineup for the Bay Roskill Vikings. Keep an eye out for Tanialu in jersey number 6, Joshua. He's had an outstanding couple of years, really creative playmaker, and he'll be also ably assisted with a very talented front row today, Kaleopasi, Weir and Freeth. They've got some go forward. It's a young squad. They've got a few injuries that they're working through as well. But we caught up earlier with the coach of the Vikings, the team that is visiting the Manukau Magpies area. It's John O'Paul.
Kia ora, Jono. Hasn't been the best start to the season, but you guys have been pretty close. How do you think you'll attack Manukau today?
Yeah, kia ora, bro. I think it comes down to just doing the basics, getting through your sets and trying to apply pressure and then make the most of those opportunities, when you can do that to a team. And, I've managed to watch the game on Manukau and Premiership during the week, and they're tough dudes, man. Tough around the middle in particular. So if we can, the game plan is to run them out of gas if we can, and then we'll try and apply some pressure when space starts to open up. So simple, but that's what we're going to do today, bro.
Fantastic. Players to watch out for?
Manukau?
Bay Roskill.
Bay Roskill. Oh, man, yeah, we've got a few new debutants today. We've had to call on our reserve squad. We've got a few boys out due to injuries, and I think coming off we started pre-season last November, and then when COVID hit, it blew out to another 6-7 weeks, and the boys just kind of went flat for a little while there. So a whole new lot of debutants today. So any one of those guys could have a brilliant run. So I'm calling on all of them to lead the way. So no one in particular, bro.
Go well, Jono.
Awesome, thank you, bro.
John O'Paul's coached that squad for some years, and like most of our rugby league clubs here in Auckland, just refinding their feet after the difficulties that COVID caused. They're down a couple of junior teams. They've been great producers of junior talent over the years, the Bay Roskill Vikings. As we get a look around the crowd, as I say, enjoying this autumn afternoon, Wade Brunsden's with us today, and they've got a little bit of strike power on the Magpies, and they are guaranteed a place in next year's Fox. Wade, who are you looking forward to seeing on track today?
Kia ora, Dale. Yeah, really looking forward to the halfback, Samuel Ngati. He's one player I think that should be playing NRL. He unfortunately isn't playing at the moment. Another one in the centres is Pai Folau. He's a big, strapping centre. He's one to watch out for with early ball. And Mr. Taime, and they're coached by player coach Tamaru Ngati. Kia ora, ana Tamari. You've had a great start to the season. How are you looking to attack Bay Roskill today?
We're just going to go out there and just do our thing. We don't know much about Bay Roskill. We'll just wait and see the first couple of sets, and then we'll try and move on from there.
You've been coaching the team for a while now. Who are some of the key players to watch out for, other than your brother?
Probably our two middles, Ujo and Des, our 9 and 13.
Beautiful day down at Manukau. How do you think you're going to go today?
Not quite too sure. Just wait till that first whistle go, and we'll go see from there.
All the best, brother.
Thank you.
Good luck, eh?
Great to have the Manukau Magpies with us today and to be at their home track. A lot of changes around the Manukau suburb, of course, mostly here in Mangere off Beta Drive. But it's a very proud club that stretches way back to 1912 when it was first formed, and used to be out towards Green Lane, Manukau Green Lane for many years. You'll note that Manukau Intermediate was at Royal Oak, so the Rohi, or the suburb, is stretched over the years. And it's great to be able to bring you some action here, live streamed, as we see a nice touch in the Tamariki coming on field here with the visiting team today. A little bit of wind running probably from our broadcast side. We're broadcasting from the eastern touchline here, and it's an easterly wind, so it won't favour either team, but isn't that a great sight? And it's a very proud club, Wade, and I love this look as our kids come on to be part of the action as well before we get underway for the kickoff. The two captains are just getting their instructions here from Anthony Elliott.
Yeah, very proud club, as you say, Dale. Yeah, no more than Manukau, who a lot of these players have come through the 20s. They won the 20s about 3 or 4 years ago, and they've stayed true to this club. A lot of them out of Southern Cross campus. They won the Nationals with them. And same with Bay Roskill, actually. A lot of them are from that Church of the God Squad that they call, and they're very loyal, as you would know. Is it part of your whānau there, Dale, Bay Roskill?
Yeah, sure. Well, we were associated only because we lived in the hood with the Blockhouse Bay Cougars, which sort of preceded the merger in 1981 with the Mount Roskill Devils. And, of course, they formed the Bay Roskill Vikings as we know them today. It was a period of merging that the ARL were experimenting with. Richmond and Marist teamed up there for a while. You recall Point Chevalier also having an association with another club. But Bay Roskill have remained solid. We're about to get underway. This is round 4 of the Fox Memorial Championship. Great to have you along here this afternoon. And wherever you're viewing it, it's just great to be bringing park footy to you. But out of the Fox Memorial Championship, we thank SAS for their ongoing support as Anthony Elliott just awaits the timekeeper's instructions to get us underway. 80 minutes of tough football for Manukau. They're up against a team that comes into the match perhaps with better credentials, but they're on the build here, the Magpies, and it's just going to be important for them that they get away to a good start. And the solid work in first up, that's the Vikings with their backs to us, who will be doing the defensive work early on. A lot of feeling out here as these two young squads come together, and great to see 3 brothers from the same whānau representing the Vikings. The Lao Seve whānau, their mum and dad, would be pretty proud to have all 3 lads in the same squad. Good defensive work there from Joel Lao Seve, and he's assisted by the number 16 Xavier Tutaki in the defensive work. So the Magpies have the ball.
Falau
in jersey number 22 today, and working out wide as the ball's pushed through from Coordinator John. But now, first touch of the ball, and the Vikings have it. Centre field. Kala Sersea is up to play the ball, and it's a direct run. Tackle there by Raven Tungia Fofoa. Dummy half work from Johnny Weir, one of the most experienced. The back rower for the Vikings works his way forward, Renaud. And here's Weir, normally playing in reserve grade, but a few injuries have struck the Vikings camp. As we see the carry here from Tutaki get themselves into good position. Looking down the left edge, and it's into Leo Sevier. Justice this time, that's some good D. But really having to muscle up here early on with the Magpies. Weir decides to go out to the left-hand side again. The grubber kick to the in goal. And then some good chasing as well from the Vikings. So they'll get a repeat set. Clever play to get them underway 2 minutes in.
Yeah, great start from Bay Roskill Vikings. There's a turnover at halfway, drop ball there, and they've turned the set into a repeat set. Good start from Johnny Weir. This man's been around the traps with Bay Roskill for a long, long time. Must be close to 40. So great leadership from him to put them in a good spot on the last tackle and make this Manukau team work off their line once again.
Well, Ben Henry's still associated with the squad, and Jerome Lopati hasn't exactly hung his boots up either, I'm told. He'll be in the wings and perhaps available for them if needed. As a big number 8, Khalil Passi, shapes up and then gets a nice pass down the left edge. This is threatening here for the Magpies. They want to shut it down, and they do this time with the work through Tamuri Nati, player coach. And up to play the ball now, close to the line, still very threatening as it goes through the hands. It's Leo Seve first, popping the pass to Kaleopasi. The big unit is put away and had to be to Ofohe. Puts him to ground, as you can see, just 10 or 15 metres from the try line now. And a very threatening situation here for the Magpies. Little touch picked up at the back by Honetana Paia. And around the outside, he goes, and the pass back on the inside is smart too. And the try scored by Joel Leo Seve. That was clever play. And the Vikings put the Magpies under pressure from the get-go. And within the first 5 minutes in for the first try, and a good try too for the Bay Roskill Vikings.
Yeah, great start from Bay Roskill. Honetana Paia, he played for Counties Manukau Stingrays in the 20s. Picked up the loose ball. And this is something that Bay Roskill have loved to do over the last couple of years, Dale. They love to sing the ball. They call zing zap, and they'll go coast to coast, and Tanielu throws a pass out there. Picked up nicely by Honetana Paia, and he's got a clean pair of heels around the corner and throws it inside to Leo Seve. That's a great start. I think Manukau are going to really need to have to watch their edge defence today, as that's a big part of Bay Roskill's attack.
Beautiful Mangere Mountain in the back drop there, and this proud area under a lot of redevelopment. A lot of the housing from the 1970s is getting a remodel. And the local kura in the background, Te Kura Kaupapa, or Mangere. Still a very popular school, and a lot of young, talented Reo Māori kids coming from that kura as the kick from wide out drifts across the face of the goal mouth. But that's a 4-0 scoreline, and a good start here for the Vikings. Early days, but the Manukau Magpies know that they're in for a tussle here today. It's going to be important that when they do get hold of the ball, Wade, that they control it and get to the back end of their sets. I know it sounds cliched, kick in the corner, chase hard and tackle hard up the other end. That's where they'll be wanting to get to in the next little while.
Yeah, league's an easy game, Dale. When you master it and you want to get to your kick every single set. And unfortunately, they had an error in their first set and they've gone back to back and they've been punished for it. So Manukau, though, they've got some very talented kids that will never be out of this game.
Well, that could be handy as the ball actually went backwards off the hands of Ezra Vogel. And now it's important for the Magpies as they muscle up on defence. The big man in there, William Teddy, the back rower, Yijo Jean, work for them. And they do this time put away Sean Tempest, who comes charging with the football. He's to his feet now, where a couple of spots and then offloads it to the big number 8. He's Lele Kaleopasi. He's got a quick play the ball in him too, and this is a good drop off on the inside by Leo Seve. Put some work here on Ofohe, has to make the tackle, and the number 15 is put away, Seo. That's him on the halfway line, and the Vikings decide, well, we're best to be down the other end of the ground, and that will be allowed to bounce. In fact, it is taken in. Was it? No, it did go over the dead ball line, so it's a 20-metre restart.
Yeah, great set from Bay Roskill. Just got the kick wrong. I think Tanielu, if he had his time again, he'd try and leave that ball up in the air a lot longer. Manukau get a 7-tackle set. And
it's about setting the stage here. So it's up to the big men to control the football. And here is a request for it to be played again. Theodore Maui is the fullback today for the Magpies. Club looks great there in Moyle Park here in Mangere.
That's man Paia Falau.
Spirited sort of a carry though. Nail-biting finish in the reserve grade game as we see inside now. And of course, we're seeing a lot of the teams that wouldn't normally get a chance to play each other with that chance, and now a fundamental error. Some disappointment there in the Magpies camp, but plenty of support as well. Just going for the play the ball and knocks it forward. So there we are on the halfway line, and it will be the Vikings to set the scrum. 20 metres in from the western touchline there. As you can see by the rako, the trees in the background, not a heck of a lot of wind, but still some heavy breathing going on as the scrum gets fed here by Leo Seve. This is justice.
I think that's 2 incomplete sets there, Dale. They haven't got to a kick yet, Manukau, so I'm sure player coach Tamuri Ngati will be wanting them to get to a kick the next set.
Here's Tarialu, who's to ground under the tackle of Purotu. Wants a quick play of the ball. A little bit of a wrestle going on there for the talented standoff. He gets the ball across and finds the try scorer, Leo Seve. And a penalty for a high shot here, Anthony Elliott. Won't be taking any of that. 8 minutes gone, the one try scored, unconverted. It's 4-0 here. You're watching the SAS Fox Memorial. And it's great to have you with us here, wherever you are enjoying this local rugby league from Auckland, the Premier Club comps in New Zealand. And the Manukau Magpies with some applause as the pass deemed to have gone forward. So it gives them a little bit of relief for a few moments.
Yeah, it does. It takes a bit of pressure off that they've been under for the first 9 minutes of this game, Dale. So hopefully Mr. Ngati can get them settled into this game and they can find their kick, get them down in the corner, make Bay Roskill work really hard in this net set. So
19 feet in the scrum, it's doing up for 4. That's Tarialu there, taking it from the base of the scrum. Is To'ofoe, who was in as the hooker, but setting the scrum as a back rower. So it's the Magpies with the ball now. And they're trying to make some inroads, but certainly combined focus here from the defenders, from the Vikings. Short side play. And again, defence solid. And Coach John O'Paul will be pretty pleased with the way his squad started in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, they're really winning that ruck there, Dale, getting good numbers in there. Slow play of the ball from Manukau Magpies. They look like they just need to settle down a bit. See Ben Henry in the background there. Yeah,
indeed. Wonderful clubman, Ben. He gave his all in the Warriors strip, and of course we know that his career was curtailed by a run of injuries that you wouldn't wish upon your enemies. But even so, he's got his knee right enough, he thinks, to play park footy and club footy. And of course he's also a man of faith too, so a lot of these guys associated with the Hahi, that's been a hallmark, I guess, of the top side at Bay Roskill for some years. So here we go with the Vikings now. As you can see, just 10 out from their own line, but a decent set and some field position here fought for by the Magpies. Important that they try and keep their opponents where they are. As Honetana Paia goes to ground.
Yeah, it's much better set from Manukau, the last one, and it came back to their player coach Tamori Ngati. Put a great kick in the corner, and Bay Roskill, they look like they've made a mistake coming out of their half, so that's what Manukau needs to do, just settle into this game, and then they'll get their shots at the line.
Well, the Vikings, certainly Manukau thought that it was play on, but referee Elliott says it was in fact stripped as Talialu comes in. He'll kick towards that western touchline now. Just a one try after 4 minutes to Joel Leoseve. It's got a bit of meat on it, hasn't it, the kick? Good touch finder. And a lot of carries not having to be utilised here as they roll forward. So it's Leoseve, drops off on the inside for Seo. Good D as well, busy. Sam Ngati from the Magpies. Looking for runners. It's Kaleopasi once again. He's been solid, the prop forward. Weir delivers to the back row, Renofonge. In fact, if you pronounce it right, it's French. It's Roge, apparently, we're told. So here they are threatening to danger time for the Magpies. Xavier Tutaki gets him just 5 metres out from the try line. Important to shore up here, and that was a decent effort. Low to the ground. Here's Johnny Weir. Peels the pass away. They're threatening here. Leo Seve. The ball's gone to ground and play on, says the referee, as the Magpies dodge a bullet this time around from the Vikings. They have possession, and 10 metres out from their own line, they'll be going for a settler here and try and force their way upfield. But they survived that raid by the Vikings, and they're lucky to have done so.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Bay Roskill there. The second row was hitting the hard line, but didn't want to catch the ball. And the Magpies get a pick it back out of trouble. That's great work from Tamori Ngati. He picked the ball up, made some yards, and got Manukau out of trouble. So good work from Manukau. They're hanging on. Johnny Ware's working his magic around the ruck. They didn't fall for any of his tricks.
Great rugby league venue here as we see the Magpies kicking for a touch towards our broadcast position, and it has found its way out. Lovely day here in Auckland South. As we continue to roll on now, the Magpies with their first real chance. Here's the settler through the middle, solid play, and met with a wall of Vikings defenders. Dummy half work for Desi. To Ofohe. This is a good bullocking run as well from Willie Tere. And he's manhandled and then grasped and thrust down into the Moyle Park turf. But good, straight and direct running. Another run of that nature is needed. And Yijo John puts his hand up and says, I'll carry it for you, boys. I'll take it forward. And now he's to his feet. He'll peel it across to the right-hand side. Sam Nazi with the ball. Little bit of a show and go, and then a popped pass nicely out to MacGyver Liu Chan, who's put away now, but playing with a little bit of enthusiasm and some inventive play at the moment. Shaping up on the inside, the big men. Now the dart for the line from Liu Chan. Dummy half work. Here's to Ofoe, has it go towards the line. Held up, but that's a great set by the Magpies. And they'll get another opportunity here as well with a penalty. Only 10 metres out from the try line. Vikings now on D. And the Magpies with a good chance to level the scoreline. Maybe even go one better with a converted try. So the hands of To'ofoe getting across to Ngati. Ngati puts it across and finds Tungia Fafoa. This is good running. This is a run towards the corner. Straightening, spinning, but not able to get to ground this time. Koronato John bundled towards the touchline, but they're playing with a little bit of confidence as well. Right now, the Magpies. And the touch judge asks that the ball be replayed. So infield it comes off the hands of Paafalo. Through the middle, here's Sam Nazi. Drop off on the inside, and they're looking. They're searching for a way through here now. 5 metres out from the try line. Here it comes to To'ofoe and across to Ngati. Little dummy, straightening. He can see the line, but then the wall of Vikings defenders shut him down with just a metre to play. To'ofoe, he loses the ball in the play. And let's have a look at the way the referee here, Anthony Elliott, sees the play. Knock on. Magpies. No, the Magpies have got another run at it.
Oh, what a set from Manukau. Even better defence from Bay Roskill. But the young guns from Manukau, they're really having a shot at the moment. No one better than Sam Ngati and his good mate Desmond Tolofoe. They've both come out of Southern Cross with Rod Ratu. They're both national champions. They're both rep players. They've both won the 20s comp here. And it's good to see local juniors stay at their club, not chase the money, Dale. And I'm really backing them today to get home.
Well, it's a big ask there. Wade with us today. He's seen a lot of footy here through our club footy. Played for a lot of different clubs, mostly Mandarewa though. He's Mandarewa hardcore, but he's been with Ellerslie as well. So here, we'll stay with the action as the big number 12 shapes up to Purotu. He's only 5 metres out from the try line. There's the side angle shot for you. This is what the Magpies are trying to bust through. And now the big units are having to go towards the line. Won't get there this time. But this is another pressure set as John gets to his feet and a penalty. So the position certainly in favour of Manukau here. They could have a consideration of 2, but I don't think 2's going to win you the game here today. So the Vikings now on guard. Sharp focus for their defensive work as Tere comes barrelling towards the line. He's only 5 metres out now. Little dummy trying to slide underneath there as only dummy halves can do from close range. John sends it out wide. Here's Nutty over the top with the Harbour Bridge pass. And that might be good enough for it all. It is. And around comes to score the number 5, MacGyver Liu Chan. That was great play. Hats off to Nutty. But the work up, the momentum was all Magpies there. And then a beautiful pass over the top there by the talented Nutty. And the winger is there to finish things off for them.
Yeah, there's that man, Samuel Ngati again. 100% believe if the Warriors got him when he was coming out of school, he'd be the best half in the Warriors right now, and he should be playing in ARL. They missed a good player. And Sam Ngati, he's the only one to come out of Sharman Cup and make New Zealand residents in the last couple of years. And a big shout out to his auntie Kimi Ora. She's over there in Aussie playing for South Logan Magpies at the moment. Really good, talented family, the Ngati family. Locally based here in Mangere. Brother Tamori was a star back in the day. He's another one that should have kicked on, but he's now coach of this team. And like I said, Dale, this team is so talented, Manukau Magpies. You really got to watch out for them. You can't take any pressure valves off them. They'll rip you to pieces.
Well, I've been really impressed with the way that they controlled those last few sets as we see the Steeden. It'll be a difficult conversion from out wide here. Sam Ngati with that responsibility. And it actually hits the upright. So we're locked up at 4-4 here. And this exciting coverage brought to you by SAS. It's the Fox Memorial. And great to have you with us here this afternoon. Moyle Park, the home of the Manukau Magpies. We're locked up. It's 4-4 with tries to Joel Liao Seve for the Vikings, one to Liu Chan. And now we're awaiting the kickoff here from the Vikings. Well, there's a lot of good teams across the competition, and because of the way it's structured, a shortened competition for 2022, the whole code's been under pressure. And of course, the last time we had a Fox final, I think it was a couple of years ago when it was Howick who took it out.
Howick beat Mount Albert at Mount Smart.
And of course, there was a chance to win it right on the bell, wasn't there? It was a really exciting game.
Aidan Auckland.
Aidan's back with the Mount Albert Lions also, so big ups to all rugby league people who are starting to get back into the groove of things. And speaking of getting into the groove, here they come too. Manukau again. Someone we're going to build on this one. Popped up ball, 20 gone. Solid work for the back rower. Yijo John rolls away. That's a good yardage run as well from the 9. Dorfoy, one of these talented kids. Yeah, Ratu has had his hand on a number of our talented rangatahi. Here's the bounce. It could be awkward here for the Vikings. It is very awkward, although there you can see the frustration with the Magpies. Thought they were in for a double banger.
Yeah, they are. They're settling into their work as the Magpies, and they're one team you don't want to let get into their work, because if they do, they're very, very hard to stop. And I saw them a few times last year. Once they get a roll on, it's over for you, especially with this big crowd behind them. They really lift here at Moyle Park. Really tough place to play.
Kia ora, proud Rohe region, those supporters of the Manukau Magpies. It's just great to see everyone working hard to provide these pathways for young athletes, men and women, to play rugby league. And in saying that too, I just want to acknowledge the Peters Sisters competition, which they're running up in the north. 3 of the Peters wahine, all talented league players. And I see they've got a 3-week comp encouraging wahine in Taitukoro to get involved. Another initiative up there from NZRL. This is Auckland Rugby League as we see the Vikings now. They haven't had a lot of football. This time it's Joel Liao Seve who'll play it on the 20-metre line. There's a good angle to see the big man and collision time too. Big number 19 taking a hit there. Over the top they come. So the Vikings have had precious little football. Ezra Vogel now bouncing off Magpies players. Eventually it's Tuiafofoa who makes the tackle right on the halfway line. Peeling down the left-hand side here. Talented ball runner too. It's the fullback, Ole Tanapaya. 14 in the mix now is Timothy Vogel. Gone into cover for Johnny Weir. He's probably getting a bit of a spell there. As we can see, a lot of supporters really intrigued by what's going on here at Moyle Park this afternoon. Referee Elliott will just ask for things to be held up. He's backing up now. We're about to get underway. Here come the Manukau Magpies again with another raid and good effort. Also here from Ezra Vogel. So the Magpies continue to charge on in. And they're really playing a good brand of footy at the moment. Their coach, Tamori Ngati, would have to be pretty pleased with the way things have been going. Well, it's really great too to welcome Bex Russell, who's the CEO of Auckland Rugby League now, in with us. And Bex, a warm welcome to you. Bex has been in the chair now for 7 or so weeks, but her fun over a long association with the code. And so congratulations firstly on your appointment, Bex. this has been an intriguing game. These two teams having a go, aren't they?
Yeah, it's an incredible game, and what a great crowd we've got out here today. It's beautiful weather, and it's so great to see so many supporters on the sidelines. Definitely think now that COVID's kind of over and everyone's back out doing the Saturday games, and it's really just great to see our communities coming together.
Good on you. Bex had a senior position with a data company before coming across to look after the Auckland Rugby League. He's got a proud history, of course, and a big responsibility as CEO. What are you hoping to achieve at the helm there, Bex? Where do you see the code heading in the next couple of years?
Well, we absolutely want to grow it. I think it's really ripe for growth. We've got a huge amount of interest in rugby league, and it is such a core part of our community to have our clubs, and the role that our clubs play with growing our kids and growing really great humans through the game. And I just see huge potential for us to attract more youth and really push more through into our seniors, and then obviously into some high performance pathways up through NRL. I think at every level there is opportunity for us to grow.
Well, there's it does, and I agree with you. Sport is a really important part of the fabric of our communities, and so we need to create pathways so that young people and not so young people can evolve themselves. Bex whānau league people, and who are Tane Sean, is it Sean's Glenora guy? So you guys Westies, or
yes.
And what about your papa? He was also a player, wasn't he?
Yes, yeah. Dad played for the Northcote Tigers, so for me, Auckland born and bred, and now live out west in Te Atatu, so just up the road from the Te Atatu Roosters. But yeah, definitely, league's kind of been a part of my life for a long time.
Well, it's good to see these local opportunities here, club footy, and of course the fact that ARL are broadcasting and live streaming. This is also coming through Sky Next as well, but a lot of people are actually watching these games offshore. Rugby league fans in England, when they know of the availability of them through live streaming and the internet, it's not like it was in the old days, Bex? Things are coming and beaming in from all over the place.
It is, and we get really good cut through for these games, live, and we definitely see over the week as well people really tapping into watching the games and the highlights as well. So it's really great to see such interest in the sport. And of course, here we go. Sorry to interrupt there,
Bex. I wonder if that's a try too out wide there for the big number 4. This is Tamore Ngati, and they're just checking now. The referee says that it was a knock on by the looks of things. But Manukau really lifting themselves here. And over the years, because of the structure of the 3-tiered competition, 2 of late, sometimes these proud clubs don't get much of a chance to clash. So it's been a few years since these two teams were able to go head to head. Yeah,
it has been, and one thing with the change in the competition for this season, we are seeing some really great competition. We had a check-in with some of our coaches this week just to see how things were going, at round 3, and we've got a real mix of players, mix of teams. Mix of skill and capability, and everyone's really just relishing the challenge of the competition this year, which is great.
Well, just looking at the Bay Roskill number 12 it is today, he's the skipper, Sean Tempest. He has connections. Many of you might remember Ray Barchard, who was his uncle, Māori Rugby League rep, and he was born in Australia, Sean, as Australian, Māori, Samoan, whakapapa, long family of league players. And he'll be doing his all here for the Vikings and John O'Paul. Proud club up there and Whitney Street. And I'm proud to have been one of the kids who pushed a wheelbarrow when they were putting up the block walls of yesteryear in the 70s. They call us the sawdust kids because downstairs was a sawdust pit for training. And it's a wonderful facility for the people of Blockhouse Bay now, and of course for Bay Roskill. So a lot of history in the game here for two proud clubs as we get to just under 13 minutes to play till half time. I would have anticipated a few more tries, Bex, just one apiece.
Yeah, I was expecting a few more as well, but it's look, it's a tough competition, and we've seen some really great skill out there. And it's a really good game. This is a great game to watch.
Thanks very much. Bex Russell with us, the CEO at Auckland Rugby League. Thanks, Bex.
Thank you so much.
And it's really nice to meet you, and all the best with the mahi. Guide this ship. Keep it clear of icebergs and rocks, Bex Russell. Let's keep it on the roll. Greatest game of all, Rugby League. And we're witnessing some good play here as Christian Harriman gets himself in close range. Peeling away from dummy half is Tupou. Here we come back on the inside with the big man on the spin. He's towards the line, but he's put away just as he gets close. And here's another penalty for the Magpies. So they'll be really wanting to capitalise on the field position here as we work on back into the broadcast position, Wade Brunston. Wade, they've really been playing a good brand of footy, and that's reflected in the scoreline.
They have, Dale. The last 10 minutes, they've really owned it. I think they've already settled into this game now. Sometimes when you have the live stream here, you can get a bit carried away and not settle into the game straight away, and they're settled in now. They're a young team, Manukau. And here's that man, Samuel Nati.
He's thinking, always thinking, isn't he? He comes up to Tungia for four. Him, the fullback, hits in too. Here's Maui. Maui gets it wide hole, so very close to Paya for low. That's the try line right in front of him. So still very threatening. Here come the Magpies on the boil. The big run this time from Pudotu. He's put away only a few metres out from the try line. Dummy half work and wide. Keep an eye out for Nati. Watch him or else he will make you pay, and he does this time as well. Samuel Nati. We saw last time the rainbow ball across the top. This time it's the dummy, the straight and the acceleration, and he's in beside the posts.
Yes, the new local legend, Samuel Nati. I'm going to keep on harping on all day. Should have been playing NRL, this kid. Amazing, amazing talent. He just glides through that gap with ease. Good work, Samuel Nati.
Well, they've had to build, haven't they? They've had the ball and field position, but they've made it their own through some concerted effort, but also by treating the ball with respect. You've got to hold on to it. You've got to maintain possession and do something creative at the back end. They thought again that Nati was considering another long ball, and so hung off just momentarily, and he had the foresight to just give a little bit of a show, and then ping, he was gone. And look where he scores, just 10 metres to the right-hand side of the posts. We should be looking at a 10-4 scoreline here as we head towards the half-time break.
Yeah, he's been going out the back with block play, and then I think that's the first time he's run Dale, and he's gone straight through and scored. He's got a high IQ, does Samuel Nati, but he's been really well coached in the junior grades with Rod Ratu, along with a lot of these boys, and it's good to see a lot of Rod Ratu's tactics in this game, especially around the ruck with slowing it down.
Absolutely, and look, if you're a student of the game, you'll be looking at the very best in it, looking when they make decisions to run, to kick, to close it down, to marshal troops and say, boys, I'm not expecting you to look for the offload, just boom, boom, just take it forward, and then we'll set plays up at the back end. So it's been a great show from the home team here, buoyed on by this neat crowd of coming to support them this afternoon. 2 tries to the Magpies through Liu Chan and Sam Nati. Joel Sevi in the 4th minute scoring for the visitors, the Bay Roskill Vikings. Manukau can ill afford to slacken off here or to be complacent, because we know that they are just waiting for their opportunity. Without doubt, the boys from Whitney Street and Blockhouse Bay, they're on the defensive mode at the moment. Out of dummy half, the big man willing to go forward too. The tackle here from Nixon Liasel. Down the short side, they have a look this time around. And then the kick, Nutty, smart footballer, sends it downtown, and it rolls end over end, might go all the way. In fact, it holds up in the end goal. That puts some pressure on at the back. I thought it had, but in fact it had gone dead. When it's done a pair, we'll restart on the 20.
Yeah, great set from Manukau. They're getting to their kicks now, and unfortunately there for Samuel, it didn't hold up. So Bay Roskill will get a 7-tackle set.
Bit of hot stepping going on here. Long way to go in this game. You're watching the action from the Fox Memorial Championship, the pinnacle of Club Rugby League here in Aotearoa. It's not being disrespectful to clubs in other regions, but it's been such a proud battleground over the years for the Fox Memorial Championship. Now getting back into the swing of things, this is a good carry this time around for the big men here from the Vikings. Offload here, Honetana Paya. I like what we see from the fullback. He's got a gliding style. This time he decides he's going to send the ball backwards. Play on, says the referee, as Timothy Vogel looks towards the line. He will take some watching, and it's good defence in the end from Yujo John that makes him succumb only just a couple of metres away from the try line. Here is Taniela. He's so good. He's so clever. Joshua Tanielu, too good this time around. Well, we've been talking up all game, and that's the reason, isn't it, Wade? Kid's got good eyes, looks up, sees an opportunity and backs himself, and he's the one that really needs to be watched if the Magpies are going to get a win here on home soil today.
That's correct, Dale. Josh Tanielu out of Kelston Boys. He's second year in the Fox, centre of the year last year in the shortened season Fox. He's playing standoff today. You really got to watch this kid. I seen him playing for Kelston Boys a couple of years ago, and I thought, wow, what a player this is. And he made his debut in the Fox, and I saw him tear bits off Hal Cornets. Really, really good player. Another one that probably should be in the Warriors system if he isn't already. I can't see him playing Fox much longer, Dale. Surely he'll be Warriors reserve grade next year.
Well, it's hard to tell what's going on with the Warriors. They've had opportunities with plenty of young players, and disappointingly haven't been able to convert them into quality NRL players. They've been frustrated at times. Just the one pathway for many of our young guys, and they end up offshore. Either way, you wish him well, don't we? And it's Josh Tanielu, and where his career and skills might take him, well, anyone is anyone's guess, but we're seeing him at his best. There's the beautiful Manga Te Pano Matoho. In the background here at Mangere, the flags are raised. We're squared up, 10 apiece. As you can see, the wonderful Manukau Rugby League Football and Sports Club in the background there, proud as, and really proud to be able to bring you action here from the Fox Memorial this afternoon. 10 points all. I think we're in for a cracker of a game. You thought that the Magpies were a real good chance here this afternoon, and judging by the scoreline as we approach half-time, not wide of the mark there, Wade.
Yeah, I've seen these kids growing up, and they're at that age now, Dale, of senior footy age. They're going to get better and better as they get older. And what I love about them is they're all locals that have stuck together.
Here we go as Bay Roskill get hold of the ball. That's gone backwards. A little bit fortunate for Nixon Lauso as the pressure comes in. This is Koronato John. The Magpies will be pretty pleased if they can turn around at half-time to be locked up at 10 all. Remember, it's Bay Roskill who've been in the top tier of the Fox, even though Manukau are rebuilding and will be in the top tier themselves next year of the Fox in 2023. That ball has gone down. Has it gone backwards? Well, quite obviously, when you hear the whistle, the answer is with us. So 4 minutes to play here in the first half. Great field position here for a scrum feed for the home team, the Magpies.
Yeah, I think Manukau should really look to make them pay here for that mistake. I thought Bay Roskill were building nicely through Honetana and Tanielu through the middle of the field there. So luckily for Manukau, they get a reprieve and they can have the chance to take the lead here.
Here's the feed from Tango for 4. That become most threatening man of the park. Getting into the action, Nati to the right-hand side. They come, and another bulldozing run this time around. This is Ricardo Arama. Been impressed with Ricardo's work here this afternoon. As you can see, Vikings are on notice as we look for a run down the short side, and the Magpies trying to bundle their way across under pressure here from the Vikings. Still a good chance. Here's the play the ball. Back door, it comes out to Arama. Now Nati. So Sam this time puts it back on the inside. Settling run from Yujo John. And John is to ground here, as you can see, just 15 metres out from the try line. Nati, the creative one, has the ball in his hands. Now finds Tungia for 4. He's under pressure. And once again, the Vikings defenders have his measure. Out to the right-hand side this time, and here's Nutty looking for the grubber and reading the play beautifully to Justice Leo Sevier. Says, not here, mate. Sticks his foot out, plays it beautifully. Vikings come up with the pill.
Yeah, that's great defence from Bay Roskill Vikings. They got their splits right on every occasion there. And when Manukau ran their block plays, there was no way through. And Leo Sevier puts his foot out and stops him from getting an in goal.
Hasn't had too many opportunities with the ball. This is Jairus, Leo Sevier. But he gets in to put some work on for his skipper, Tempest. Here's the downtowner, not unexpected too. It's got plenty on it. In fact, it turns into a beauty as it's retrieved there over the other side from Maui. But almost a 40-20. Almost a 40-20.
It's great work from Tanielu again. He's such a talented player. Moving from 4 to 6 today.
Yeah, but he's got more of the ball in hand, hasn't he? So it becomes a double threat. Here are the Magpies with the football. They'll be wanting just to play down this last couple of minutes. Mistake free as a little fend gets an extra 5 or 7 metres to Liu Chan, who scored the first try for the Magpies. But their confidence levels are high and should be too. They've certainly been in the mix here this afternoon. They're prepared to have a grind up through the middle as well as we see another powerful run.
Paya Falau, good player.
Very good. That's a lovely little pass as well and almost through. Looking to get the offload. Back it comes. The Tungi for 4. And Raven to play the ball. Dummy half, Ino Tupo. Out to the right-hand side through the back rower. Now Nati and the ball has gone down into the hands on the far side for Jerome Vogel as we count it down towards the half-time break. 10-all the scoreline thanks to SAS. Crown Forklift Trucks as well for their ongoing support here of this premier competition, the Fox. Have we finished up yet? Well, perhaps not. Just a few seconds left to play. But it's anyone's game here after 40 minutes. We've got some really exciting action coming in the next 40 without doubt as we see down the right edge and then pop back on the inside. Here's a run across the field from Jairus Leo Sevier. Some solid D this time from Porotu. He comes banging across the top on him as well. Here's the run of Tanieli. You've just got to keep your eye out for him. This is Onge. To his feet. Vogel. Opportunities, inside pass, beautiful. And that was Honetana Paya, but what about the ball back on the inside? Oh, set like a jelly, and that was as good as it gets. A popped pass back on the inside, full of class, and what a way to finish the half.
Yeah, that's the danger of Bay Roskill. They really love to make the ball sing. I think that's what their callers sing, zap, and they zap the ball across the field, coast to coast, and find this man on the inside, Honetana Paya. Very, very good player, this kid. Usually plays on the wing. He's moved to fullback today. And like I said before, Dale, they were really threatening with Tanielu and Honetana Paya through the middle with their last try. Same thing again. They go coast to coast, come back on the inside to Honetana Paya. And he's got some really good footwork to finish off that try.
Absolutely. And the ball back on the inside was insightful. And, of course, a great finish. Disappointing conclusion to what's been a pretty solid first half of footy here for the Manukau Rugby League Club, the Magpies, and they will concede 6 on the half-time hooter. But hats off to that play. It was structured, it was smart, and ultimately successful as well. I like the way that Honetana Paya hits the line. He's done a couple of really good things through this first 40, and we're expecting to see a bit more of it too in the second half. Well, we hope you've been enjoying the action here from round 4 of the Fox Memorial Championship at the home of the Manukau Rugby League Club, the Magpies. At half-time, it's the Bay Roskill Vikings who are ahead 16-10. We're going to take a break here now and leave you with some static pictures through our live stream coverage, thanks to SAS, and we'll be back just as we kick off for the second half. From me, Dale, and also Wade and the rest of the team putting together the action here this afternoon. Stay with us. Second half footy coming up shortly. Half time, Vikings 16, Magpies 10.
on and wake up in the morning. Body sore from last night's training. Dude run harder, tackle with intention. Make one the gaps and watch for interceptions. Keep it fair, keep it cool every section. Give your all, pass the ball, put your best in. Enjoy your day, strip, pick up your selection. This that thing that you've been missing. Oh boy, don't play rugby league. It's all yeah. You are your club, come on!
Well, kia ora noa, good to have you back. Rather than a static shot, we've got a bit of action, a few highlights too from the first half. But isn't this great to see the Lilies getting a chance to have a roll around out there today? The Vikings as well playing against the Manukau Magpies. Well, this is how the first try came to be. And it was Joel Leoseve from out wide who was the first scorer after 4 minutes. You'll see him come into play in just a moment. The fullback has been exceptional here this afternoon. That pop pass back on the inside there from Honetana Paia. Very skillful. Now this is the rainbow ball over the top, which ultimately sent Liu Chan in. We squared it up there at 4-all. And it was Sam Nutty who was clever as he gets an opportunity from close range. We'll see how that one just pans out here in a moment. That one deemed to have been knocked on. So good dummy half work. Have a look at Sam's skill set here. He's already toyed with them with that Harbour Bridge ball, and this time around he decides to go on his own. At that stage, the conversion was 10-4. The very super talented Joshua Taniela, let's have a look at him too, close range, holds it out in front of him, has the defence guessing, and ultimately too smart for that defensive line, and that was the priceless ball back on the inside this time around, just on the bell for Honetana Paia into score. That was duly converted as well, and that's how come we have a 16-10 scoreline here at the half-time break. Stay with us. Here's some images of the kids having fun here at Moyle Park, and the Manukau Magpies hosting this coverage here today for Auckland Rugby League. Hope you're enjoying the coverage too. We'll be back with the kickoff shortly. Half-time, it's the Vikings 16, Magpies 10. Hey, done. Yeah, I'm surprised why we're around this way. And how come we're...
Mount Smart,
Kia ora, well, we're back here at Moyle Park, although really in some ways we haven't left. Great that you're able to be with us here this afternoon. Dale Husband alongside Wade Brunston today calling the action here from round 4 of the Fox Memorial Championship. It's been a very entertaining game of footy so far, and we've got 40 minutes of action to determine who will get the victory here this arvo, as we bring the action to you on behalf of SAS, Crown Forklift Trucks, and of course Auckland Rugby League. Great to have you along too. It's a gorgeous day here in Auckland, and it'll be even more gorgeous for the home team if they're able to come out on top of the Bay Roskill Vikings, up by 3 tries to 2, and now it is the Magpies running left to right. Well, a bit of a breather there, just wondering what you're thinking that Tamori Nati would have had with his squad. Where do you think this one is going to be won and lost, Wade?
I think it's going to be one up the middle. I think Bay Roskill have shown their cards. They're going to go wide, try and make the Manukau pack run. They're a big pack. They don't look fit, and then come back through the middle. I think that's how they scored their last 2 tries, is Bay Roskill. So that's what I'm looking at Bay Roskill will be doing. If I'm Tamari, I'll be trying to shore up that defence in the middle. Well,
they've had it for long periods of time too, controlling the sets. The Magpies, they would have been disappointed to have conceded that try just before the break, but it was a clever try, well structured, well thought out, and the inside ball to Honetana Paia was right on the money. But there's a long way to go in this one too, as the Magpies try to rebuild, and a surging run from Paia Follow. It really makes his presence felt. Very agile for a big guy, as the kick downfield, trying to push the Vikings back into their trouble zone or danger zone. Jairus Leoseve has the ball. He's just a couple of metres out from his own line. And I just want to be steady as they settle themselves down. They opt to go down the short side, down the right edge, and to ground. The old deck chairs out as well. The club discourages drinking on the sideline too, which is the way our footy teams have to be nowadays, you know, trying to create family atmospheres. And I know that when they were rebuilding the club here some years ago, they thought, well, let's not remodel the bar, let's remodel the kitchen. And it's an important sort of step. I'm not saying that there are wowzers in there, but, you know, just trying to create more of a whānau atmosphere. And we're seeing a lot of our clubs advancing in that way.
Yeah, I think Bay Roskill was one of the first clubs to bring that in, Dale. And I think it's just that promotion of a healthier lifestyle, better families, better people. So congrats to Manukau. They're doing a really good job for their community.
Well, they're certainly a hospitable crew and whānau here at the home of the Magpies. There's no doubt about that. I've danced to some bad old 80s music and 70s music in that place over the years.
I bet. There's a lot of legends coming to this club back in the day.
Yeah, well, when you look back too, they picked up their last championship. I think it was 1985, wasn't it, Wade? And you know, some big names in that squad.
Some really big names, none other than one of my favourite players of all time, Clayton Friend. Father of Jeffro Friend, and Jordan Friend. Dean Bell was in that side.
Yeah. It's you know, it's certainly it's associated with the Bells. Have had such a strong involvement in the Magpies over the years, and big ups to you, Dean, if you're watching in today. And can't help but think of you know, your beautiful Nana, Kathy, who was such an awesome contributor to our local footy game. And this is good play here from the Magpies, still alive with Sam Nutsy. He's got the ball, he puts the pedal to the middle, and he's in beside the post. Well, look at that, out of nothing. This fella, I know you've been singing his praises all afternoon. I can see why now.
Oh, what a talent he is. I mean, he looked like he was going to get caught. He puts the foot down again and scores adjacent to the post, but he started that with a nice short ball, and he follows up. And I can't say much more about Samuel Nati. He is an absolute weapon. I wish the Warriors got him, signed him to a full-time contract when he was in his last year of school, because no doubt a couple of off-seasons with the Warriors. This kid would be the best halfback in the NRL, as I think he's the best halfback in the ARL.
Well, it's a big rap for you, mate. But I'll tell you what, he's shown some skills today. What with the looping ball over the top first up, and then the dummy and straightening that time around. He had some work to do, but was able to make it look pretty easy. And I'm sure that those around the ground will be really pleased to be watching him in his absolute prime. Be about 22 years of age now.
Yeah, be early 20s now. Samuel Nati must be 21, I'd say. I know he had a bit of time. He went and spent a bit of time with Parramatta Eels, but he told them, I'm a homeboy. I'll probably get homesick if I stayed here. So he came back to New Zealand, spent a bit of time in the Warriors lower grades, but yeah, hasn't kicked on, but such a talent, and Manukau should be really privileged to have this kid at their club.
Well, we're actually locked up at 16 all. We'll just change that score tick there for you so as not to confuse you. That's 3 tries apiece here. And this is the sort of game that we were hoping for this afternoon, Wade. You know, you get a chance to be on TV, you get a chance to have your aunties, your nanas, even your cousins back in the islands can watch it through the internet, through Sky Next as well. So this is a really good chance, and I love the way this guy's carrying the football this afternoon. That's the way you want to go, straight, direct, take no prisoners. And the approach here, and it's doubled up here by Purotu. So it's infectious when you start to get the roll on. And now it's the Magpies wanting to make every post a winner. The big men are charging into their work through the middle as well, and that's putting some pressure on as Justice Leo Seve is forced to make the tackle. The little halfback from the Vikings down on the inside and powering forward again as Adama Ricardo to his feet here. Can they go back to back? That's the question here with the Magpies. Peeled away from dummy half and into the hands of Nati, who puts one of the big men in. He's a good, thinking, creative playmaker. The halfback here, he's on the right-hand side, dictating terms here. And this time he decides to put the kick in. Will it sit up for him or will it roll dead? It will do the latter. And it's fielded there by Jairus Leo Seve as he goes back to the 20-metre line.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there for Samuel. He put in a kick probably a little bit too hard with that wind coming across the field like that. I think it was the right choice though. He found the ground and it could have been a good repeat set if they got the bounce. But Bay Roskill, don't underestimate them. They'll go wide and back through the middle. So look for Honetana to finish off this set.
This guy's always on the look as well as we see the Magpies muscle up. Just like to also Mihi Te Kimiora as we have already. But the Women's Rugby League is really kicking goals at the moment. And the NRLW, there's been some fantastic footy played in that in recent years. So the opportunities for our Wahine to get involved in the great game of rugby league increasing each and every year. Well, balking at the last minute, whilst at the back, the fullback under some pressure, and the tackle made here by Victor Freeth, who is in there to make the defensive work or put the defensive work on Theodore Maui. He gets up to play the ball, spinning this time around as Liu Chan. Can fix anything with a name like MacGyver. He's your fix-it man.
Favourite TV program growing up?
Well, you too should be able to fix things as well.
I have no skills to fix anything. And just while we're on Sky Sport Next, I just want to give a shout out to a couple of NRL players that always watch and message, and that's Maratone Kore and also Jazz Tavanga. Congrats on your 150th last week, brother.
Yeah, he's been awesome, Jazz, out of Papakura. Thanks for mentioning them. And if you're listening, Marata, looking forward to having you back in the club as well. And I remember Jazz, it was an open trial when he was 16, and they just liked something about him. And well, there's something about Jazz Tavanga that everyone likes. Oh, except opposing forwards, of course. But he's a good character and he gives us all. So big ups to you as well, Jazz. 150 games.
And another one to shout out there, the one that went to the open trial with Jazz, James Bell. He's been watching from the Super League over in England as well. So fantastic platform for our guys. They've been seen all around the world. Yeah,
I love seeing James in the Super League, eh?
Yeah.
And there's a few of our young fellas who've made their way across to that competition. And really awesome to see you going well, James. So thanks for reminding us of these neat guys, neat contributors to the local scene before getting opportunities offshore. So big ups to all of you watching from other parts of the globe. Just remember, though, if you are, that, over here in Aotearoa, the land cries out for your return.
And we've had a few return too. I've seen Patrick Vaivai last week with Te Atatu. He's come back from the Super League and a stint in the NRL, and the other one that's over at Richmond had a name blank.
That's all
James
right.
Gavay.
James is back too.
He's back playing for Richmond.
You might want to play your footy over there, but if you want to raise kids, there's only one place.
There's only one place, nothing like home.
Big ups to you. What's going on in here? Well, It's getting a little bit testy. It is football, though. It's not tiddlywinks. There's been nothing untoward thrown there. Really?
Yeah. Someone just wants to show that they've got a strong push.
Anthony Elliott coming in there as well. Locked up at 16 all, so things can get a little bit tight. As I think the captains are being called out here at the moment. Boys, it's been a good game. Played in good spirit so far. We don't need to do anything messy or mongrelly. As we see the Vikings with the ball now and trying to find themselves into good field position. There's the 20-metre line. They're in with a good chance. The ball's put on the inside to Leao Seve. He has a dummy and has to go for the line himself. It's a pretty decent metre eater for the first play in this new set. Johnny Ware is back on the field. And now Xavier Tutaki gets a beautiful ball through to Victor Freeth. And that's all it takes. Freeth doesn't need a second invitation. And that good field position that was fought for by the Vikings off the back of the penalty through that heated exchange gets them close to the line. And Freeth makes no mistake when he gets a run to the chalk. Good try. Vikings kick away to a 20-16 lead with the kick to come.
Yeah, I've just noticed that when Johnny Ware's come back onto the field in the last 5 minutes, Bay Roskill's really looked quite good at where they're heading, and sometimes you underestimate how good hookers can be at getting you to your spots. Reminds me of another young hooker, Darren Kingy. Johnny Ware, he's a legend of the Bay Roskill club. Comes back on, no coincidence, they score points. As Bay Roskill take the lead again.
And it's also, in the later part of guys' careers, it's very important how they're managed as far as the rotation is concerned. There's quite a strategy that's utilised as well. John O'Paul had it right, and you're on the money too, Wade, because since he's been on, it's just had a little bit more direction. It's not critical of who was on in his absence, but there is nothing like experience, and Johnny's got plenty of that, and that try duly converted. So 22-16 now for the Vikings. Still a long way to go here this afternoon from Moyle Park.
Long way to go, and this Manukau team's too talented to be counted out of this game. Very similar styles, these guys, but I'll look to Samuel Nati. He'll get them back into this game.
Well, he's already been good, hasn't he? He's scored 2 tries himself, Samuel, and has certainly been the go-to player as we see an interesting kickoff. Doesn't come up trumps this time around from Manukau, but trying something a little bit different from the kicking tee at halfway. Here's Weir, really just a distributor now and using a cool head and old shoulders.
Sometimes that's
or
what you need, Dale.
Maybe it's an old head and cool shoulders for Johnny. But they've got a spring in their step now as the big units start to roll their way forward. Ricardo Adama is in there, putting on the D, as we see the Vikings now starting to building in confidence as Ezra Vogel takes it to the 30-metre line. There are runners everywhere looking for opportunities. There's Leao Seve, finds himself in some trouble, manages to get a late offload, and the fullback is in Honetana Paya, and he's always dangerous. This time he's contained and perhaps a bit of an injury going to ground. He's slow to get to his feet, and the referee has called time off.
Not sure what happened there, but he got absolutely hammered by Samuel Nati. So I'm not sure if someone came over high over the top or if it's been put in the horizontal. But if I was Tamuri Nati at half-time, that's the guy I'd want the boys to watch out for, Honetana Paya. So well looked after as the touchies come on and called something here.
For Crusher.
Crusher, was it?
Thanks to Anthony Elliott for keeping us tagged. I didn't really see it, but of course they're really looking, all the administrators and referees and the like are trying to get that out of our game, and that's a good thing too. So could be such devastating consequences if it goes wrong. So here are the Vikings as Johnny Weir gets hold of the ball, and up through the middle they come looking for the try. Renault Fonge held up, but certainly he had some intent as he came charging towards the line. They can ill afford to concede another try here, Manukau, so they must be on their defensive game. Ball's held high. Dummy half work for Ware. To the right he goes this time. And it's into the hands here of Tanialu. He's skillful and he is quite brilliant, Tanialu. This time denied, but only by a couple of millimetres. Play the ball here, and the Bay Roskill Vikings on the boil. Honatana is here once again and dives towards the line. All is well.
Okay.
Yes, indeed, the sun is shining for the Bay Roskill Vikings, and it's the wonderful fullback who's in to score the try.
Yes, that man again, Araki Honatana Paia, played for the counties Manukau Stingrays under 20s earlier this year in the 20s comp. Really good player. He's been up there with Josh Tanielu as the most dangerous guys on the field for Bay Roskill, and he's making Manukau pay right at the moment.
Well, that might be your nephew out there playing with the microphone, I think. As long as they keep it cool and don't start swearing down the barrel. But hey, we're at a suburban park. There's no one policing the microphone on the field. And I think one of the little kids is having a bit of fun with it too. So, hey, our little ones are out having fun in the sun, so to speak. I tell you, he's not having too much fun at the moment, though. That's obviously the home team, the Manukau Magpies.
Oh, he's kissing. Get off the field.
What do you think of that, Wade?
Oh.
Sounds like a kid from Mangere to me.
It's a local kid, probably got their phone out and they're watching the live stream at the same time.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Listening to themselves.
It's probably over just not too far from us. They said, well, if they can shout down the microphone, then I'm going to do it too. So there you go. Now that try was a solid effort.
Yeah, it was a great try, that last try of Honitane Paia.
That's his second.
It's been very dangerous in this game. So Manukau will need to look to wrap him up a little bit more. As they seem to have softened up in the middle, has Manukau.
That was a knock-on, man.
That was a knock-on, man, says the kid at the microphone, which we'll go and find him and give him an ice cream and tell him
that was a knock-on, you don't.
Yeah, we might have to get that kid off because, you know, he might have a few words that we don't like using in our broadcasts. Oh, everyone's mussing around now. One of the kids has got hold of the microphone. But he's not going to get hold of my microphone if he comes anywhere near here. I'll be all on.
Might have been that young one that came to say hello just before half time.
28-16 scoreline here. Up and under. Bounce important here. Well, the Magpies need to stay in touch. Turn and go. Good work too by Koronato John, who has the ball. Quick play the ball now. And the Magpies need to get themselves back into the game. They've been under the pump here as Maui is put away. Frustrated at how long hanging on the tackled player results in Tungia for 4, saying, hey, get off him. And it is the Magpies who will get the penalty into the hands of Nutty here and a chance to push it downfield. They need to be next to the score if there are any chance here this afternoon. 26 to play, surely, but they need to stay in touch to the 28 that have been scored here by the visitors, the Bay Roskill Vikings.
I'd really like to see them get to their point and maybe see Paia Falau in a bit of space as he takes the first hit up. He's a tough man to tackle, as Paia Falau. If they can get him into space, or maybe Tamuri Nati, they'll give themselves a great opportunity to score.
Good carry from Prudotu. So it's incredible how the momentum can drive a team. Out of dummy half goes Desi Ovoy. And they're in good field position here to get one back. Then there's a little knock on. And you can see the dejection as a result of putting in all the hard work and getting field position, but only for it to come a cropper just a metre or so out from the try line.
It's so unfortunate for Manukau. They were building nicely, but Toa Fuhu unfortunately fumbles the ball as he goes to play it too quickly, and he'll be really disappointed in himself. He's a good young kid, this Desmond.
Well, now they're just going to have to work real tough, play a tough brand of footy here, as we see the scrum feed here for Joshua Tanielu. So the Vikings have the ball. They'll want the victory as well. A gutsy effort last week by the Magpies. Obviously didn't come up with the chocolates, but what we're seeing is a resurgence and unnecessary, a bit of ball throwing. And Tamori Ngati, well, he's been around for a while. He'll just accept that there was a penalty. I don't think there's too much in it, but the referee does and did.
It's unfortunate there for Tamori Ngati giving away that piggyback penalty. And as Bay Roskill kick out, I'll be really watching Taniulu and Hone Tanapaia. They've done some damage in this game. And I'll be looking to Johnny Ware, getting them into good position so they can get the ball in space to those kids out the back.
Well, the Nutties working in tandem here, Tamori and Sam. This is a good carry too from the back rower for the Vikings. 28-16 scoreline here. Hope you're enjoying the action as Kaliopasi has a good carry and will not stop. He has to be buried in the ground before he halts his run. Or has it halted, I should say. Now it's with Vogel. Good play here from the Vikings. They're still alive. They're still alive. Ezra Vogel with the ball now. A few metres out from the try line. Got to be fancying their chances here. And there's an intercept. There is a long, long way to go. I don't think that the interceptor has the legs to go. And he certainly has a fend there on Jerome Vogel as he realises that I'm not able to get all the way. That is the player coach, Ngati.
Tamori, he's a legend for getting intercepts. I've seen him get a couple against Ellerslie last year. And he went the whole length of the field twice doing that.
Needed some support there. Voyer now down the left edge they come as John sends it across through Tangianga for 4. Good pass to Purotu. He's straight too. And he is tackled on the far side of the field as they try to get some forward momentum.
Play on.
Tangianga for 4 here. Good run. And it's Hone Tanapaia who is the only man in his way before he heads towards the line. Here's the back row. Yijo John. And that looks as though we've got a sin bin. Indeed we have.
It was great work from Manukau. They're building nicely. Bay Roskill, they stripped the ball there. And Manukau played on. Unlucky for Bay Roskill, they've given away a penalty and they're down to 12 men and inviting Manukau back into this game.
There's a great opportunity here for the home team, and they've got to take advantage of it. It came off the back of the intercept by Tamora Ngati, and here's the penalty.
Yeah, I really like to see Paifalau in some space here.
Here's the back row, a shunt. Boom, bang. That's Yijojon. Another little look at how things are panning out here. The ball's gone to ground. Still a chance in the corner. Look at the dive. What a finish. What a finish. Down the right edge. Spectacular.
It's the old saying though, you've got to play to the ref, and Bay Roskill stopped. They scored a great try. What a finish in the corner.
JJ Shung Fook. I think it is the big second rower. Let's have another little look.
And the ball goes backwards there. Let's play on. Shrugs them off. What a dive. Beautiful.
Oh, well, that's going to be on the highlight reel for life, isn't it?
I bet you they'll be floating around on TikTok and Instagram tonight.
Great finish, beautiful finish. And that's just what the doctor ordered as well. That try, 28-16, now becomes 28-20. And this is a difficult conversion, but certainly doable, judging on the calibre of the kicker, Samuel Ngati. Hoping to keep in touch here even more. To make it just one converted try away from levelling up the scoreline. This is it from wide out, and the fans like it. The touch judges do too. 28-22, the scoreline here at Moyle Park, the home of the Manukau Magpies. And you're watching the SAS Fox Memorial Championship. Magpies Vikings. Hope you're enjoying the action. And we have a scoreline of 28-22. Visitors leading here at the moment.
This has been a great game, Dale. Bay Roskill, they're down to 12 men for the next 9 minutes. Manukau really need to take advantage of this. So it'll be interesting to see if they make the ball sing and go coast to coast. But I really want to see that big man Paifalau in space. He's a big, hard man. He's got some pace. I've seen him play for many years, and he needs to get involved right now.
Well, it's a matter of his teammates setting the stage for him and just creating that opportunity as we see another spring in the step here. Here's your try scorer. What a beautiful finish it was for him. And JJ Shongfuk, excellent. But this time around, what we see is the Vikings and the try scorer challenging the ruling, saying that it was stripped from him. Unfortunately, we don't have a bunker. We can't go upstairs, so we've just got to take the ruling, and that's the way that Anthony Elliott, the referee, sees it. And so the good work perhaps slightly undone off the kickoff here, and now pressure mounts once again on the home team, the Magpies.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there. It's a coach killer. You know, you want to get to your kick after scoring a try, and I just think bad technique in the tackle, and he may have lost it. Haven't seen a replay yet, but you want to lead with your shoulder and not the ball, and unfortunately, Manukau, they're defending. They really need to defend the set.
Here's the scrum feed, and the Magpies have to be on their game, and here's the door that opens straight away for Josh Tanielu. He doesn't need a second invitation. He is an outstanding runner of the football, and he makes it look super easy, although there does appear to be an issue after scoring the try. And if we get another look at that, let's hope that Josh is able to get up. What happened there after the try? Wade, call us through it.
Yeah, not too sure, but Tanielu here, nice goose step on Desmond Tullafoe and breezes through. And maybe he winded himself with the ball there, but he's a strong young lad. He's up again. He'll get up and kick this goal. And there's been 3 kids out there today that have been absolutely tearing apart, and this is one of the 3. Josh Tanielu, centre of the year last year, now playing standoff. I think he was the club player of the year for Bay Roskill last year, and what a talent he is. Hopefully someone picks him up shortly. He's too good to be playing Fox Memorial.
Never too good for Fox, mate. Never too good for the Fox. No, good on him, building confidence. But I really feel for the second rower, JJ, because he just scored that most amazing try. One little mistake, the very next play, you know, all of that hard work that he and his teammates had done is quickly undone on the scoreboard, at least.
Especially being down 12 men too, Bay Roskill.
So Leo Sevi adds the extras. That's our pitch report.
And we can report it's firm.
We can report that it is firm, and that's a good thing here. Great to have coverage of our suburban footy. You know, obviously over the years we've had Carlo Park, we've had Mount Smart Stadium, but with the technology available to us, the smaller digital cameras able to take us to places we've never been before, but like Star Trek, as we see the wind up here. And a good carry again from Ezra Vogel. That Joel Sevi, who converted the try too, has been skillful. Must pay tribute to the Bay Roskill Vikings. Referee says, hey, play on, boys. Stop waiting for me to blow the whistle. It went backwards. Get into action. Dummy half work for Fino Tupou. Here he is with the ball. Which way will he go? We'll have a look on the right-hand side at JJ. Wanted to make up for that faux pas. And he's to ground right in front of the post, as you can see. Could they bounce back real quick? There's a good chance. Here they come with Desmond Tullafoe. He gets it close as well. Into dummy half. Follow. Having a look here to the right. There's plenty of numbers here. Opts to go out to the left-hand side. Runners on the inside, not used this time. The crossover there and charge for the line for Paya. This time the Vikings are ready for him. He came through strongly, but their defence was equal to the challenge. So Paya gets to his feet. Out of dummy half, inside, now looking to go underneath. There's Purotu, but he can't get through. And the Vikings under the pump here. Their D is holding out. Can it for much longer? William Tedder gets the ball. Now for Nutty. Nutty wide for Tumia for 4. And then out wide for the finish. Joel Taimere is in to score. And the Manukau Magpies say, we are not done with yet. We're coming home strong.
Yeah, here they come, the young kids from Manukau. And once again, Samuel Ngati, when he gets his hands on the ball, something happens. He just got on the outside of his man, throws a nice ball there. As Manukau go through the hands here and finish really nicely, and they're back into this game, Dale. Another good finish in that right-hand corner.
Tit for tat, isn't it? It's another difficult conversion attempt. But what a finish. What a response to conceding the try. I had a feeling that heads could have dropped and lowered, but credit to the Magpies. They still gave it some good work, good lead-up work too with your mate Pyer in the setup. And then they did go coast to coast for that try to be scored in the end by Joel Taime. And this is the conversion attempt. And another one, this time off the upright, but still successful. We've still got just 6 points in it. 34-28. What an exciting match it's been here this afternoon. And things are looking pretty good out at the home of the Magpies. Just one shy as the Bay Roskill Vikings lead this one 34-28.
Yeah, it's a great game between two young teams and showing a lot of skill. Like we just said before, this is a nice, firm, hard track, and they've been able to show what they can do. And there's been nothing better than the last two finishes from the Magpies in that right-hand corner. I'm sure a few of that footage will be on social media later on tonight, going viral.
Wade Brunston with us today. Wade, you know, what happened last time was they quickly conceded a try, and that's why the importance of this next set after scoring is paramount. How they control this next set may determine the outcome of the game. Still plenty of time left.
Yeah, I think Manukau here, they've really got to work on their ball handling and contact. As we see there, they go into the tackle with the ball in front. I'd like to see them turn their shoulder, protect the ball a bit more, get to their fronts, quick play the ball as they head to their right-hand side now.
Here they come. And the inside ball here for MacGyver. MacGyver trying to get away from one, and then he's reeled in with an effort from Onge. And so now we're cross field. Here he comes. Adama, he's been good at times today. Adama, and he goes again. He's reeled back in too with the back rower, recognising the threat that the Magpies are posing. Here is Nati. Nati gets it at the Tunga for 4, and now the run from Pyer is superb, and Pyer scores on the far side of the field, and you can hear the Magpies in the background. The supporters are going nuts. They're loving it, and why wouldn't they? And here's your mate too, Wade. You've been singing his praises all afternoon, and he comes good with that charging run on the far side of the field.
Yeah, that's my man Pyer Folau. He played for me at Ellerslie Eagles, and when you get him in space, he's a hard man to bring down, as he shows there with his right hand, with his right shoulder. That poor guy went flying. He's such a hard man when you give him space and time. You got to get at least 2 shoulders on Pyer Folau. I'd like to see him come into this game late and take over with Samuel Ngati.
Well, it's on the far side of the field. He's been successful from this side, our commentary side. And now, of course, he's got a few of his cousins around him on the far side. He's got the curve, he's got the curve, he's got the kick. Oh, yeah! We're locked up again, 34 all. Well, that's Sam Ngati. I tell you what, someone's going to have to make him a roast lamb tonight with gravy and mashed potatoes and stuff. He's been playing so strong this afternoon. Way to go, Sammy. Kicking him from both sides of the field as well, making this a real spectacle here this afternoon. We're locked up, 34 apiece. Imagine that, 68 points scored already, mate, but it's been a doozy this afternoon here at Moyle Park.
Oh, there'll be no one more prouder than the Ngati whānau watching this game right now. I remember when I was trainer for Counties Women's, and Counties Women's scored a try, and we needed a kick from the sideline to win, and it was Kimi Ora that was going to kick. But I told the team, get ready to have a crack. She'll probably miss this kick, and she drilled it exactly the same as her nephew, Samuel Ngati. What a talented family the Ngati family is.
Beautiful. Great contributors to our local game. Way to go, Sam. Well, we came in there and Wade, I thought for a moment Wade was your manager and he was pitching for a contract. It wasn't so, but I certainly enjoyed watching them go around. But to be honest, Wade, I've really enjoyed just seeing the way these local guys, proud young men, have approached the game, and as I say, there's been nothing untoward in it. Just blokes having a go for their respective clubs.
The best thing is now they play for the jersey. They don't play for money. They play for the mana and pride of each other. And I like these grassroots teams that do that. They go out there to play for each other, and you get a team like this. They never die. They never quit.
Carpite, I agree with that. The clock's back on sync at the moment. Well, we'll be taking our guidance from the official timekeepers on the far side as well. That's just an indicator. And here's another hole. Here's the run. This time it's Whino Tupou. And look at that. It's been taken as well by Jerome Vogel. He's got it now. Vogel. And this time a solid hit on Jerome. And it's Paya. He gets up dusty. And I'm not surprised too. It was a decent old tackle, but the ref said it was too high or what. And so Sam Nutty's going up to have a word with him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there from Paya. I think he just got his height wrong. Probably needs to dip his shoulder a bit more. Well work from Samuel Nati again. Little chip over the top. Force a mistake from Bay Roskill. And unfortunately, that last pass was intercepted.
So great to see all of our, supporters, young whānau members having fun, supporting their uncles, their brothers.
I see another gun there on the sideline for Manukau that's not playing today. Carlos Hortony, he'd be a big loss for Manukau at the moment.
Yeah, Carlos, experienced player, and would have added some starch, no doubt, both on attack and defence. But now it's a battle of attrition here. As the game is there for the taking. Hone Tanapaya offloading. And there's a one-on-one steal, but then he's lost the football. Is the referee going to play on? And there's questioning of the touch judge. I thought it was the steal was okay one-on-one, but then there was a knock-on. Wade, how did you read that?
Yeah, I read it the same as you. He stole the ball perfectly, but as he went to get up, he lost control of that ball. So good call from the touchy.
Well, just looking back on the score sheet too, and tries have come thick and fast, haven't they? Started off in the first half, 3-2 scoreline. As far as the tries were concerned, tries to Leo Sevi and Tanielu and Hone Tanapaya, who has also scored in the second half. So we went to the break after tries from the Magpies for Liu Chan and Sam Nutty at a 16-10 scoreline. It's been an entertaining second stanza as well. And there have been 4 tries to 3 in the second half. Nutty, Shuang Fok, Taime, Folau for the home team, the Magpies, and Freeth, Hone Tanapaya and Tanielu have been try scorers for the visitors, the Bay Roskill Vikings. Still anyone's game as we're locked up here, 34 apiece. And dummy half work here for Timothy Vogel. He darts forward a couple of metres. Now that was a tackle with poor technique. I thought maybe even deemed to be high. The ref says we're okay to go. As Des Tuafoe gets to his feet, it's Tungia Fafua who goes into acting half and finds the runner, and Maui who comes through from the back. He's the fullback. Silenced in the run though by Xavier Tutaki, who works hard here for the Bay Roskill Vikings. Now with the ball in again, it's the big number 18, Adama. He's had some good runs, Ricardo. And this time too, solid as.
Really good player, this Adama. I like him.
Taime. And now for JJ Shungfok. He's already scored one, spectacularly I might add, in the corner. Dummy half work for Tupou. And now straightening, here's Nutty, threatening always, Sam. And he's to ground, right in front of the posts, just about 15 metres from the try line as well. Here's another chance for the home team to go one up. It's a big, powerful carry from William Teddy. And the defence had to be solid too, and it was. Bay Roskill, not on my watch, they hold it up, but Nutty continues to threaten, and threatening well for a charging Joel Taimir. He's in for try number 2 for the Magpies, and the crowd here are going AWOL because they're loving seeing their boys riding high.
That's that guy, Samuel Nati again. Every time he's involved, something is happening, and Manukau take the lead. It's been a long time for them being in front, and they finally take the lead, maybe the first time in this game. And Samuel Nati, he's got so much time. Takes the ball to the line, picks the right option, and they score an easy try next to the post.
Work to be done here. Just waits the ball beautifully. And that's his second try. And just the last 10 minutes as well for Taime. He's a great runner to utilise close to the line. Here's the pass, just waits it perfectly.
Beautiful line.
Yeah, splitting up the defenders, including Justice Leo Savep. Left sprawled in the wake of the charge there from Joel Taime. Well done. And they have had the lead. It was a long time ago, though, the Magpies, when they were up 2-1 early in the game, 10-4. But apart from that, it has been the visitors, the Vikings, who have been control of the scoreboard. And the crowd here at Moyle Park, the home of the Magpies, will be pretty pleased that they see themselves up by 6 here. 40 points to 34. What a game it's been here this afternoon. And coverage of the SAS Fox Memorial Championship, brought to you by Auckland Rugby League, with assistance from the many partners who you'll see at the end of our broadcast, including Crown Lift Fork Trucks. 40 to 34, the home team in the lead. Can they protect that lead? That's the question we ask, though, Wade.
Yeah, that's a big question. There's a lot of guns still left in Bay Roskill, but it's been no coincidence with Bay Roskill since Johnny Ware's gone off the field again. Things have sort of fallen apart for them. Can't underestimate the veterans' presence on defence and holding things together as well as on attack. But 2 minutes left. Let's see what Bay Roskill can do.
I wouldn't be at all surprised if they're able to do something too, because it's been a game that has been seesawing action here this afternoon. Here they come as Pyre goes straight, direct. I want to control this set. The Magpies, they've done all the hard work. They need to control field position too, and there's no better man here than Sam Nutty. He'll be reading the play. He'll be looking at where the holes are in the background behind the Vikings defenders, and he'll be wanting to utilise it as the big number 8 charges forward. William Tere has really come into his own here in the second half. Apologies regarding the time tick. That's what we are led to believe is left on the clock. But we'll await. We're in the hands, really, of the officials on the far side of the field. And big ups to those officials. Keep everything tight and slick. Here's the kick. It's a big, high bombing kick, and it comes down, and there's pressure on at the back. But well taken by Ariki Hunetanapaya. He's had an outstanding game too. And now they really need to work hard and create something out of nothing here. They're a long way out, the Vikings, but do not write them off. We know just how good Joshua Talialu and his colleagues are. Can they come with something special here to wrap us up? Here's another charging run through too. So the Vikings aren't done with yet. What a tackle as the big 23 is eventually put to ground. So now, with just seconds left on the game from our reading of it, we'll go down to the short side. Here's the danger man. It's Tanialu. He does really well. Nixon Liasso on the far side of the field. He dives. Nixon Liasso is in to score. Well, we knew that there was something magic needed to be done. The try is scored, and now we go to the kicking tee to sort this one out.
Wow, what a game. And it was that man, Tanialu, with the face ball to his winger. I was just about to say, Dale, Tanialu needs to get his hands on the ball, and here he goes to the line. Beautiful cutout pass. And what a great finish here. Bit of work to do. Step off the right foot and the big dive.
Well, I tell you, a draw would be a fitting conclusion to this intriguing battle. But the pressure is on, and the scoreline at the moment sits in favour of the home team, but only by 2. 40 points to 38. What an amazing scoreline. Would never have picked it to be so high, but it's been full of running and entertainment. A lot of attitude, too, on show here this afternoon. Remember, the Manukau Magpies would have come in as underdogs, but fancied their chances on their home patch in front of their home supporters. And so now, we just have to wait for some treatment. Looks like some hamstring work that's being done here on Tanialu. And so this is what is in front for the Bay Roskill Vikings. And Wade's just going to go down and get himself set for a chat with the captains post-match. I'll be with you to see how this one wraps up. What I would like to say is what a pleasure it has been once again to be in suburban footy here in this proud club, the Manukau Rugby League Football and Sports Club, hosting us here today on behalf of ARL TV. Well, look at this guy. He's going to take it all on his shoulders as well, Joshua Tanialu. He's limping away, and I'm really quite surprised that under the circumstances, when you look how dusty he is, although he's just trying to limber up for this kick, he's taking it upon himself. It's a difficult conversion here. This is no easy kick at all for this young man. But he says, hey, I'll do it on behalf of our team. Can he square it up? Can we finish up locked up at 40 all? Here he is steadying himself. He's 10 in from the far touch. All the pressure here on this young man who's had an outstanding personal contribution this afternoon. He steadies himself, looks at the cow horns, lines himself up, hits it well, and up go the flags. Yes, 40 all. What a game of rugby league. I hope you've enjoyed it. How could you not to? Spectacular conclusion, and what a really study in nerves and an attitude there on show with that conversion. Quite brilliant, outstanding, and what a result. 40 points all. That was just incredible conclusion to a game that had it all. And we see try after try. There was 7 tries apiece in the end, and they couldn't be separated after 80 minutes. We're going to have a look at some of the replays here as we await the captain's interviews here with Wade, who's on the field at the moment. Let's have another look at how they came to be as we see the rollout of the tries here this afternoon. Well, this is Sam Nutty, and we know just how good he has been all day. This is the start of the second half, I think we're picking up here. It was Freeth, I think, who came in next. There's the ball. There's the big prop forward, came pushing through. And then the fullback was into score, Honetana Paia. And really at that stage, I thought this one might be getting away from the Manukau Magpies. Here we see Honetani Tana Paia stepping, a skillful player. But then things started to turn around, and it was the second rower with perhaps the most spectacular try of the afternoon. In the corner, ball comes loose, everyone waiting for the referee to blow the whistle. Instead, it was JJ who decided to give us one of those flying conclusions. And then it was Taniela who came back in here at this stage. It was 34-22, and Taniela is such a superb athlete, and he is into score there. And then bang, bang, they came back. The home team. First up, it was Taime out wide, and he scores well. Followed next up by Follow, who also had a barging run down the left edge here. And at that stage, we were locked up at 34 all. It had been a long time for the Magpies to be in front. In fact, way back in the 10th minute of the game, and here we were late deep into the second half, and they were able to take the lead. This time again through Taime. Look for his run here. The 17 gets onto a nice ball from Ngati and goes bowling forward, and then the home team thought they had it. But they weren't to be undone, the Vikings, with that special pass again from the very skillful standoff. And out there to score was Liaso, and we had it locked up. And then, of course, the conversion with a ton of pressure to make it 40 points all. A draw, the results here this afternoon, and we've got a chance to go down in here for the connections. We'll see from Manukau first up as we go over to Wade, who's on field.
Yeah, we're ready.
I'm just here with Captain Samuel Ngati. Samuel, you got out of jail, then looks like you get away with it, and then you let it slip and ended up a draw. Talk us through it.
Yeah, we just waited till things got a bit frustrated for us in the second half. I think our first half, we just needed to bring more energy into the second half, and I just think we waited till the last 10 minutes to do that.
Moving forward into next week, what do you think you need to work on during the week?
I think just being strong in the middle and just practicing our three-man tackles and just holding them down till the referees get off. But yeah, just leading into next week, I think we need to go back to the drawing board and just work in the middle. And yeah.
Fantastic game, Samuel. All the best, eh? My man.
Microphone on field, so if we might see if they can come a little bit closer and just check their connections if we can. But it was a 40-all result here. I don't think anyone would have anticipated that. But certainly as far as those of us rugby league fans and who love community rugby league, what a great result it has been here this afternoon here for both the Magpies.
You got out of jail,
Vikings.
took us through that one.
The Vikings
yeah, mate, we didn't make it easy for ourselves, did we? Went right down to the wire, and real proud of the boys. We had a large number of our leadership team out today, and a couple of the boys pulled up, and they all did a job for us, so real proud of them.
work on for next week?
Oh, mate, completion. Dropped a lot of ball out there, and yeah, we didn't make it easy for ourselves and gave Manukau a way back into the game. So yeah, just got to complete our sets, mate.
Well done, Sean. All the best.
Thank you.
Well, there we have it. As the games go home, they have been truly satisfied. Yes, the home team would have liked to have got the 2 points and the win, and they were so close to achieving that. But let's take our hats off to the tenacity, the fight, and the attitude on display right at the back end here from the Bay Roskill Vikings. They weren't going home empty-handed. They will take a point out of the contest. So hats off to both teams. It has been a remarkable game of rugby league, and I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Thanks to Crown of Trucks, to SAS, and all the sponsors in behind Auckland Rugby League. Thanks to Stream Shop as well for their expertise in covering the game here this afternoon. And I hope you enjoyed the action. From all of us here involved in bringing you this coverage of Round 4 of the Fox Memorial Championship, live from the Manukau Rugby League Football and Sports Club here in the south side of Tamaki Makaurau and Aotearoa, we wish you well until next time. Continue to support the Grassroots Rugby League and, of course, the Fox Championship from me, Dale Husband, Wade Brinston, and all associated with bringing you this afternoon's coverage. We wish you well, and it's farewell from Moyle Park in Mangere.